The one and only Bill Blackwell, Executive Director of Sports Hall of Fame. Bill, morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I've got to tell you, Paul, I started my professional career in radio and broadcast for over 8 years, and my only wish was that I had a voice like yours during that time. Maybe I'd still be doing that.
You know, somebody asked me not too long ago, and I have one of those little bitty reels. I'm dealing with some acid reflux stuff now, and the voice is cracking, and I can't kick it, but that's a different subject. But I don't know what that reel is. I'm sure the better half has it. And if you listen to where we both started out on the first reel that we put, it sounds like Mickey Mouse on some type of acid or something. It's not the same one. So it's been a long, long time. It's good to have you, sir. You started out what year?
Oh, geez. At the Hall of Fame in 2015. But 2015. When I was running the Mets and the Generals, when the foundation was formed and the building was being built, served time on the board of directors before leaving Jackson for 15 years, and then came back and now working across the parking lot from where I'd spent those 12 years with the Mets and Generals.
Was that under the condom?
Yeah.
So we got so many great interviews from different players who played there with Con Maloney himself, and just over the years, a great, even Boo Ferris, some great interviews of the past. You said, now, how old is it? Because I remember when we all were just excited that we were going to have a Sports Hall of Fame.
The building opened.
We're getting on almost 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah. The building opened in July 4th of 1996.
1996, okay.
So we're 29 years into it.
28, 29 years, yeah. Have you seen much revision of? Because somebody was talking about it the other day, and I haven't been by in a while. I need to get back by there again. But someone said the other day, is just how do you have room? You got to have an expansion or something. We have so much talent in the state that everything's going to be packed.
It is unbelievable. We have 351 members that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, including this year's 8. And, we've got over 220 nominations that are fine and eligible. So with only being able to select 8 each year, there's a backlog of some great athletes that have yet to be inducted.
Bill, when you start talking about this, you have to stay relevant, especially at a museum like there. And the word is interactive. Do we even have interactive when museum first started? It was a dinosaur, and it didn't do anything but just sit there. But now everything is interactive. How much of a part is staying up with the technology, being where you are as executive director of a museum like this?
Well, you're always looking to update. The big factor there is, how do you pay for it?
That's it.
Because the technology is not cheap. But we are doing our best to stay current and looking to the future. We're working right now on upgrading our kiosks that have just vital things from our standpoint, information about everyone that has been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and trying to keep up with all of that. We are currently undergoing a little over $4 million renovation, part of which was sponsored by your last guest, Representative Lamar, helped us get some of that funding. And it's the first major renovation of the building since 1996. We are not expanding it in any way, but trying to make areas that previously were kind of dead space more productive and give us more room and a new look.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the event, but I was just curious about some other things. Look, I don't think a lot of people understand that area of the capital city with all of the museums and entities there. It's just a wonderful place to visit. And if you haven't, you got to do it. That's why it's like an opportunity missed as far as adding a new zoo onto that area, but that's a different subject.
Well, the 4 museums, have joined together and formed the LaFleur Museum District, which is the Natural Science Museum, the Children's Museum, the Ag Museum, and the Sports Hall of Fame. And we work together on different projects, trying to help each other and to give joint tickets. And there are several things that we do together, Science Fest in the fall each year. So we do work together and encourage people to come around. The bike trails and hiking trails that are due to come in. We've gotten some funding now for a pedestrian bridge across Lakeland Drive, which was a major point that we were working towards. So I think there's more on the way.
Well, let us be a part of that and let us know, because we'd love to help you promote that, because that means people from other parts of the state or from other parts of the country can come in, and it's not just going to be the festivities of one museum, but the entire kit and caboodle, and that's kicking it up on steroids.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk about this event. Tell me, how's it working out? Do we still have tickets, and when will it happen, and what will happen?
We have a few tickets that remain for all of the events. This may be the largest since the Hall of Fame was formed back in '96. We have over 800 tickets sold for the Saturday evening induction ceremony, and our cutoff is 900. So if somebody is holding around for the last minute, they better be calling to see if they can get those tickets. It's a full weekend of activity. Friday night, we start out with our Drawdown of Champions, which is a $5,000 drawdown. We also have silent auctions. We've got over 20 area restaurants that are bringing samples of food, so it's food inclusive and drink inclusive, and it's a very casual affair. All of the inductees will be there. But there's no formal program at all. Yeah. The only program being the drawdown and get a chance to meet these people that are going into the Hall of Fame. And that's from 6 until approximately 9 or 9:30 on Friday night. And that's going to be at the Sheraton Refuge out near the airport. And we don't have a number on how many of those tickets we've sold, but it's a good number. And that is Friday night. Then Saturday morning, we have Meet the Inductees, which will be held at the museum. Our renovations are not complete, but we're going to host that there, and it'll be a sneak preview, so you can kind of see what we're doing with the remodel. And that will have all of the inductees there. Again, you can meet and talk with them. Archie and Eli will be taking pictures with the folks. There'll be autographs from everyone else.
Bill, can you hang out for a second?
Sure.
Got a quick break here. Let's take a 7th inning stretch, and we'll be back in just a second with more. Hold on. Hey, let's get back to Bill Blackwell, Executive Director, Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. Big weekend. And, Bill, I do want to mention this, and almost forgot. The brain is going. Sports Talk, our guys are going to be there. Sheraton Refuge Hotel. So we'll be broadcasting not only to the state, but to the world. Also the Conference Center in Flowood. This is going to happen Friday
night.
For the introduction of the new Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. It is, as we said, a stacked class, and I would imagine a lot of family and friends going to be there, too.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of people that want to share in the joy that these folks will have for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And as you said, this class is very diverse, and each year you think it's always one of the best, and this is no exception. Columbus native Red Barber, who I don't know how he missed being in this Hall of Fame for so long, no. But the famous broadcaster, he started out as one of the first radio voices when teams were just starting to use radio to promote themselves. Lee McPhail, who was the general manager of the Cincinnati Reds, thought it was a great idea to put all the games on the radio, although a lot of the people were saying that it would hurt attendance. He thought otherwise, and he hired Red Barber, who saw his first game on the day that he was broadcasting his first game. And he will be here, and we've found a great niece of Barber's that is coming in from Wisconsin and will be here to represent him. So that's a good thing. Red Barber, for those that don't know, was one of the first media members inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He and Mel Allen were the first two winners of the Ford Frick Award that the broadcasters receive in Cooperstown. We've got high school basketball coaches represented. Richard Deweese from Madison Ridgeland, now in his 42nd year as the head basketball coach at Madison Ridgeland, and he is the winningest basketball coach still active anywhere in the nation. He's got over 1,800 wins in his career. We've got our first fisherman, bass fisherman extraordinaire, Paul Elias, who has been fishing professionally for over 40 years, is being recognized and inducted. He still resides down in Laurel, Mississippi, and he holds the record for the most weight caught for a five bass 4-day event with over 132 pounds of fish caught. He's also won the BASS National Championship. Just an excellent person. Eli Manning, you don't have to say much about Eli, a two-time Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl MVP, had 47 different records when he graduated from Ole Miss, and Eli will be going in. Jimmy Smith, who is also from here in Jackson, and is in the Ring of Honor for the Jacksonville Jaguars, is their all-time leading receiver. Savante Stringfellow, who is a track and field athlete, has won events all over the world, and he was on the Olympic team in 2000, was trying to get back for the 2004 event and tore an Achilles tendon, which stopped that venture. But Savante, who lives here in Madison, will be one of our inductees. Becky Vest, who was a tennis professional, she and her mother become the first mother-daughter combination in the Hall of Fame. Last night someone had asked me, and we did some research. There have been, with Archie and Eli both being members of our Hall of Fame, they are the fifth father-son combination in the Hall of Fame. Becky and her mother Dorothy will be the first mother-daughter. We've had brothers, we've had sisters, and we have one husband and wife combination that are in there from the golf world, Sissy and Jim Gallagher Jr. So
how about that?
There's all kinds of interesting stories within the Hall of Fame. And our final inductee this year is a guy that has deserved to be in there for a long time. He was voted an SEC legend back in the 1995 season, and just now getting into our Hall of Fame. He's a former #1 pick out of Mississippi State, Dr. Jimmy Webb, who, while he was playing professional football, went back, took classes, and got his Doctor of Veterinary Medicine while he was doing that. So a great class, and we look forward to sharing the weekend with all of them.
The bar keeps going up. And, I'm sitting here, when you're giving us all of this, I'm thinking, Mississippi's, I don't think we realize the fabric of so many different things. The BASS, by the way, I mean, it was originated in Jackson. Ray Scott came up with it on a hotel on Highway 82. Came up with that idea. First bass tournament was at Barnett Reservoir. You talk about Red Barber. There's another guy, another Mississippian with a voice that you wouldn't think belonged anywhere near radio, but he came from Wiggins, Mississippi. Him and his brother Paul, but Dizzy slid into the hearts of a lot of people.
Well, Red had sayings that are still used by broadcasters today. An easy fly ball being a can of corn.
That's it.
An argument on the field being a rhubarb.
A rhubarb, that's exactly right. And people were saying, what the hell is he talking about?
Well, and then especially in New York City. And he also had a saying about being as cool as a cucumber in the back of the icebox. So, just a number of sayings that he started that still are in use today.
And I mentioned this, I think, the other day on one of the podcasts that we're doing called Mississippi Magic. It was his story, too, and it was a tumultuous period there when Jackie Robinson came on. Here's a Mississippi guy to where, the front office came up and said, you got any problem with this? And there's a story in itself there.
Yes, he considered not doing it, and then he decided that was not the way to go, and he eventually had a great friendship with Jackie Robinson. Said he never designated what color the skin was. He just talked about being the player. He said everybody was aware that Jackie was the first African American to play in the game, and he just told what he was doing on the field.
I think some of that is, too, Red married up to his wife, gave him an attitude adjustment on some of that, that thinking.
That happens to a lot of us, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Absolutely, positively. Man, it's great talking to you. We can sit here and do this for a couple of 3 hours, though. One more time, it's going to be at 2 locations. There's some tickets available. How do you get the tickets?
You can go online to our website at www.msfame.com. MS like the abbreviation for Mississippi, FAME like in the Hall of Fame. So you can get them online there, or you can stop by the museum office at 1152 Lakeland Drive, and we'll be glad to take care of that. And the Saturday evening event will be at the Clyde Muse Center on the campus of Hines Community College in Pearl, Mississippi. So we hope that people will come on out and help us celebrate the induction of these 8 fine individuals.
And whenever you have a chance, make sure you go out there. You guys open Monday through Saturday?
Monday through Saturday from 10 o'clock in the morning until 4 every afternoon, 6 days a week. So we invite everybody to come out. It's amazing, Paul. Most of our attendance is through school field trips.
Yes, yeah. So don't forget, our guys are going to be there on Friday at the Sheraton Refuge Hotel and Conference Center in Flowood. So be listening, and if you have a chance, drop by. And if you have a chance, drop by the Sports Hall of Fame. You'll be amazed and enjoy it. That's 2 things, though. They do provide kind of a downer for your ego and an upper for the orthopedic surgeon. You still have the pitching. You still have the pitch thing.
Yes, we've got a simulator in the back where they can play soccer. You can pitch to a hitter. You can do a number of different sports.
And it records your speed, too, from all of us who thought one day we could be a pitcher. Reality happens, and then you take the trip to the orthopedic surgeon. Bill, thank you, man. Appreciate it very much.